They say success is the best revenge, but what they don't tell you is that silence, when used right, can be louder than 1,000 screams. My name is Alexa, and this isn't a story about crying in the bathroom or writing angry journal entries. This is a story about being humiliated, erased, and underestimated, and using that to build the kind of power that ruins people quietly. Let me take you back to when it started. I was 24 when I landed a junior design position at a big tech firm. Fresh out of school, I had dreams, drive, and a portfolio that had won competitions. I thought I was ready. I was wrong. Enter Lucas Trent, senior creative lead, mid-30s, charming smile, expensive suits, the kind of man who remembered everyone's birthday but couldn't remember your name unless you were useful. He took an interest in me. At first, I thought it was mentorship. He asked about my ideas, took me into meetings, gave me chances to present. But slowly, things changed. He'd take credit for my designs in front of clients, correct me in meetings for things he told me to do. Once he said, "She's talented, but still green. Luckily, I'm here to polish the rough edges." I smiled, I nodded, and I remembered. The breaking point came during a high-stakes presentation. I'd worked 2 weeks straight on a rebrand pitch. Lucas reviewed it, said nothing, and told me to lead the meeting. Halfway through, he interrupted me. "Sorry, Alexa, but that's not what we discussed. The actual direction looks like this." He plugged in his USB and presented a watered-down version of my design. Everyone turned to look at me like I was the confused one. He smiled at me. That smile, the one that says, "You can't win." I left the room humiliated, but I didn't cry. I didn't confront him. I went home, opened my laptop, and began building a new plan. I quit 2 weeks later. No dramatic goodbye, no email blast, just a quiet resignation. Lucas barely looked up from his phone. "Good luck," he said. "This industry's not kind to sensitive types." I smiled. Luckily, I'm not sensitive. Over the next 2 years, I worked like a ghost. Under a pseudonym, I built a freelance design business. No face, no name, just results. I got clients from Europe, Asia, and Silicon Valley. Soon, I had more work than I could handle. I hired 2 people, then 5, then 20. We became a full branding agency. I named it Ether Creative. Nobody knew who was behind it, but our designs spoke louder than our names ever could. We were boutique, efficient, and brilliant, and we charged premium. One day, I got an inquiry from Lucas's company. They needed external consultants to revamp their internal brand culture. Apparently, they were getting hit with anonymous complaints about toxicity, idea theft, and mismanagement. How ironic! They had no idea who we were. They just knew we delivered results. I accepted the project personally, under my business alias, Alex R. Gray. 2 months later, I walked into that office again. This time, wearing black silk and heels worth more than my old monthly rent. No one recognized me, not even Lucas. He shook my hand. "Mr. Gray, pleasure to meet you." Likewise, I conducted a full cultural audit. I interviewed staff, collected confidential reports, held anonymous feedback sessions, all under the guise of an impartial third-party consultant. What I found? A system built on fear. People scared to speak, ideas stolen, promotions denied. And one name kept coming up: Lucas Trent. The final presentation was in a boardroom with all department heads. Lucas was there, sitting confidently at the end of the table. I clicked through slides, facts, quotes, statistics. Then I stopped on a blank slide. There's a name that appears 67 times in the misconduct reports, a name employees associate with fear and discredit. Lucas shifted. The name, I said, is yours. Silence. He laughed, nervously. This is absurd. My team loves me. I turned to the HR head. Would you like to read the anonymous testimony? She did, and the room turned ice cold. I revealed everything: copied designs, fuel manipulation, backroom threats, even a falsified review of a junior employee that got her demoted. Lucas tried to speak. I interrupted. You told someone this industry isn't kind to sensitive types. I agree, but it is kind to those who pay attention. Then I took off my glasses. Hello again, Lucas. His face drained of color. Lucas was let go within the week. Quietly. No farewell party, no email blast. I didn't need to ruin his life. I just made sure he couldn't ruin anyone else's. A few months later, I got a message on LinkedIn. A new account, no profile picture. I'm sorry. You were better than I ever let myself admit. I didn't respond. I didn't block him either, because some people need to sit with silence. Revenge isn't rage, it's revelation. You show them who they are, and you show them who you became.